the leg is the first thing kids know about me, that's all they'll care about. I want to make friends because they like me, not because they feel bad for me.
Just take my advice. Lay low for a little while.
What's homeschool like?
It's basically a vanilla-scented prison.
He's a legend.
Josh Dubin.
Here. Here. Here.
Josh, greetings from Las Vegas.
Morning, Jeff. How's it going?
Things are going great, and thank you for speaking to me about Best Foot Forward, your new series on Apple TV+.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You know, Josh, your story is the definition of inspiration. Paralympic ski team, best-selling author, motivational speaker, and now television producer. I'm just so honored to speak to you today.
Well, thank you so much for saying that.
Well, your memoir, Just Don't Fall, Hollywood Came Calling, and now Apple TV+, Best Foot Forward, the new series, where a 12-year-old Josh Dubin goes from homeschool to public school. What kind of challenges does he face?
Yeah, you know, he is meeting all of these new kids for the first time, and the truth is when he goes to school, he doesn't want anyone to know that he happens to wear a prosthetic leg. Not because he's, you know, embarrassed or ashamed of that, but because he wants kids to see him first as him and not to let the prosthetic leg sort of overwhelm or cloud their vision of him. As it turns out, some things happen on the first day of school, and everyone finds out. And so his challenge from there is helping them see him first as a human, as a boy, not as a person with a disability.
Well, he does make friends who become his best friends, and Josh learns to laugh and grow. He just never gives up. I love that about him.
Yeah, you know, that's, I think, an important part of Josh the character, right? As he comes into school and he has this enthusiasm, this passion, this determination. And yeah, school isn't always what he expected. Sometimes it's a lot more challenging than he thought, but that won't stop him from experiencing life to the fullest.
Humor is so important to the show, but it's done with well-managed situations. Josh getting fitted for an upgrade and how it will interfere with his Halloween plans. No crutches for him. He's a kid at heart. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what, you know, what we really wanted to show is sometimes when I think when we see characters with disabilities portrayed in the media, it's kind of like the disability is overwhelming the character, right? And it's sort of like inspirational or even sad. But for Josh, yeah, he's just a kid, you know? Like, yeah, this is part of him, but like ultimately, yeah, he wants to experience Halloween. He wants to go to the movies. He wants to be in school clubs, and and that's what he cares about. And we hope that viewers also care about those things for him.
Logan Marmino, who plays 12-year-old Josh, just perfect casting. You guys really struck gold with him.
Oh my gosh, you know, he'd never even acted before, never been in a school play, never had interest necessarily in acting, but he saw my casting call on social media and auditioned for the show, and it turns out, yeah, he is just spectacular, so talented, and you know, it is his attitude, and that's exactly how he is in real life, that carries the show.
And representation was important to you, wasn't it? In front of the camera and behind.
Absolutely. You know, we wanted to tell an authentic story about disability, not just by casting a kid who happens to have one leg, but by having those stories throughout our cast and crew. So we had 5 writers in the writers' room who had disabilities, and in almost every department on our series, you know, post-production, the editing people, the people who do the cameras, we wanted to find people with disabilities because, you know, we care about moving the narrative forward, not just on camera, but for all aspects of the entertainment industry, and we're so proud of what we were able to accomplish in that way.
And you serve as writer and executive producer of the show. It reflects your vision, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I want through this series to convey, you know, not just my stories, but I think it's the perspective that I have on life, right? Because the stories are, you know, loosely based on my life, but what's very much based on my life is the way that I look at the world and the sense of humor I think that I try to bring to situations, and yeah, that's what I really cared about conveying through Josh in this series on Apple TV+.
Josh, congratulations on Best Foot Forward on Apple TV+. It's been an honor and a privilege to speak to you today. Let's talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on today.